Hello, traders. She told me she was going to south, and I was like, when? She's like, when New York open. I said, all right, let's do it. She's like, what?
And I wouldn't get that far. So it's a lot. Just the skill itself is a lot. And then I think it's what would be helpful looking back and then telling a trader now is, okay, so you have your trading, say you want to do an hour and a half session. You have a couple of choices, just going to let you know what you'll be facing. You'll be tired, so you might want to, if you want to organize an actual time frame, you have your prep work, you have the actual session, you have afterwards, and you're going to be really exhausted. So just things to think about. And then that way, because some people, like for myself, I'll be a little hard on myself, like, dang, all these other people I'm listening to, they're journaling, they're recording their sessions. It's like, dude, I am beat. How are they even doing this? So just knowing up front what I'm up against, then it makes me feel better, as opposed to later. And I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have even known this beforehand. And then for me, handle the emotional roller coaster of trading. By experience, I do know, I learned the hard way, and I share with my traders that, how do I want to be a couple hours or maybe over the weekend later? Because until you get more emotional, stronger in your psychology, man, you're gonna be thinking about that trade, and you may even not be able to put your full attention on to whatever you're doing out after that session was over. And you may not want that thing, in the back of your mind. So I know there's some people who, with school, when you have a whole bunch of assignments and projects due or something, people usually want to get them done so they don't have to have it in the back of their mind, weighing on them, like, oh man, I got things to do still, but I'm here out at the beach, and then other people work better that way. But so what I do is, I'm like, okay, how do I want this weekend to look, or the next couple of hours to look? Do I want to be thinking about this? Or, how do I want it to be? And then another way that I handle the emotional roller coaster is finding out with my as to why I got out, like with Ms. Z saying, timing my trades, or why did I get out? I'll be like the investor gadget. I'll want to find out, like, why didn't that work? Or how many times did that type of scenario play out? What's the percentage of probability that it really does work out? So I can just build my confidence. So those are two big ways that what I do for my emotional roller coaster of trading. So I'm going to bring this sheet up, and this is really cool too. Some more research I did for our class today. How long does it take for a day trader who wants to be funded get over the emotional roller coaster of trading? So the time it takes for a day trader to get over the emotional roller coaster of trading and become a funded varies greatly. It depends on several factors. So here are some cool just talking points that we can go over. Experience and skill level. And the purpose for me asking these questions is to give you the information so you can feel better about what you're like. Hey, this is a journey, and these are the type. We're at this exit. We're at exit 35. The emotional control. How to manage the roller coaster emotions in trading, and then you can stop at this store about experience. You can do emotional resilience store down the road. So my goal is because that way you just feel, for just the way we're able to feel more relaxed, more informed that, okay, this is the equipment that I need in order for me to move forward. So the factors that they said are experience and skill level. More experienced traders tend to manage emotions better, but it still takes time and practice. Emotional resilience. Some traders are more resilient at the highs and lows of trading. Building emotional resilience can take months or even years. So that's good to know, can see in strategy. Developing and sticking consistent trading strategy helps stabilize emotions. This process can take anywhere from several months to a few years. And as your body into a routine and you just do it all the time, the body, as we know, doesn't like change. So if you have yourself a routine and you just get back to doing that routine each day, then you're so used to doing that routine, you'll be able to relax. You'll be able to feel like you're more in control, and then be able to take on that emotional uproar that you might be having. If you do things that you've done it in your normal routine, it'll help bring that balance back, that emotional equilibrium that you're out of control on. Support and mentorship. Having guidance or being part of a community can accelerate the process, potentially reducing the emotional ups and downs. On average, it could take anywhere from 6 months to a few years for a trader to develop an emotional control needed to be consistently profitable and get funded. It's a journey of continuous learning and self-improvement. So, that makes me feel better, like, don't worry, you got this. It's a process. And then here's the next bit of information off of that I think will be helpful for us. Several professions share a similar emotional roller coaster to day trading, where the highs and lows can be intense, and success often depends on emotional resilience and decision making under pressure. Here are some. Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs face consistent uncertainty, financial risk, and the pressure to succeed. Like traders, they experience significant emotional swings depending on the success or failure of their ventures. And I think a lot of traders are entrepreneurs. It's just like that. What did they used to call that? Type A and type B type of people, personalities. I know for communities I'm in, a lot of them are entrepreneurs and, looking to become successful day traders. So that was good to know. Me, myself, I'm an entrepreneur. Professional gambler, poker players and other professional gamblers deal with the emotional ups and downs of winning and losing money, often in high stakes environment. The need for strong emotional control and risk management is crucial. So those are other professions as well, managing that emotional roller coaster. Sales professionals, especially those in commission-based roles, experience fluctuations of income and pressure to meet targets. The emotional impact of closing or losing a big deal can be intense. So if you're out at an event or at a gathering or something, and then maybe some of your families are sales agents, you can even have that conversation with them, and then they'll be like, I just don't really understand your day trading. And they usually don't. And you can say, hey, you're in sales, you know what it's like, the ups and downs of being able to make that sale, the competition, undecided, clients that you want to take on. Well, it's the same with us with the market. We expect the market to go this way, and we've done everything that we know to do it. And then we, want to see that trade become profitable. We don't have it, or we do have it. And then the next day, we're even up ahead even more. And it's just a fluctuating type of environment. So something similar for you in sales. And they could be like, oh, really? I never even realized that. Be like, yeah, it's what people is, it is 90% mindset and 10% skill. And then they're like, oh, wow, like I didn't even know that. And that kind of breaks down that intimidation of like, well, what is day trading? Other professions that have this emotional roller coaster is performing arts, actors and musicians. Performers face the emotional highs of successful performance and recognition. Contrast with the lows. Performers face the emotional highs of successful